So I'm recording the orders on a Sunday. Few orders in. This one was hoses, pearl grey and black one. This one was a bit of a tricky one because that picture there looks like a light blue grey, and that's what I was looking for ages. But in fact, it was looking for a dark blue grey, but the picture didn't match, even though the text does. So confused the hell out of me, but then when I went back and read it, I found it. This one, a dish and a screwdriver, dark blue grey screwdriver, $24 that was. General parts cleared me out of a few things in this one. Old dark blue grey, light blue grey, very popular at the moment. And then this Bricklink, Brickowl one even, some good parts, first order from there. And they've got different naming conventions for the colours. Now that threw me somewhat. Medium stone, dark stone. Why have they got different coloured names? A lot of accessories and some printed tiles. Yeah, that's a first really, that kind of order for me from anywhere, let alone the first one from Brickowl. So real pleased with that. Glad to get it, even though I had to get used to the naming convention and the different way that they print things out. So yeah, there's the orders from the weekend. Morning, it is Tuesday 22nd of August. Yesterday was a total work day in the day job, so and a long one at that. So didn't really get to do much other than pick some orders that came in during the day. Obviously you saw Sunday's orders, which was pretty good. I recorded those over the weekend, so I'll show you yesterday's orders. There's been none overnight tonight, but let's do the regular catch up on where we're at. Parts wise, we're back down to 71790 with this week's target to get to 75,000 parts. I did do a couple of Brick Store files over the weekend, so that should help bump that up. Over on Brickowl, well, here we go. So I don't think I got to explain it very well on Sunday, but I hadn't set up the payment stuff right. I'd kind of left it hanging on PayPal for Africa rather than the world. So that may have explained why there hasn't been many sales. So there's been 3 so far. Yeah, that's good, I think. It's not, again, I don't think it's quite as integrated and easy to use from a usability point of view as Bricklink. Printing out the lists is a bit funny. The fact that they call them different colours is a bit funny. But I do like the fact that it kind of all ties to Brick Freedom, which does make it easier, and that element to be able to see whether or not that's you out of something or whether it's not. One thing that you can't seemingly do in Brickowl that I needed to do was a refund for one part, and you can't seem to do that on Brickowl, so you have to go into PayPal to do that directly, which again, it's just another step that you have to do that, it would presumably be fairly easy to integrate. Maybe there is a way to do it. I had a quick look around, I couldn't figure it out, which was a frustration at the time. Over on Brick Freedom, I was going to show you last week's report. What's the most popular brick colour at the moment? Dark grey leading the way still. So last week's week 33 finished up like this. 17 sales, 448 items. Bricklink obviously dominating. 2 orders from Brickowl. Another one came in yesterday. 2.4 sales a day, which was definitely up. Largest quantity 50. That was that modified tile with the clip on the top for that UK order. And yeah, I think it's not bad, eh? Plenty of instructions last week. That pile is still sitting here. I'm going to contact the guy today to see what he wants to do, whether or not he's kind of wanted me to send that on yet or not. But that is where we ended up last week, which means August so far is shaping up
pretty well, I think. Yeah, those stats, I'm not quite trusting those stats, you know, up 549%, because I don't think July's figures are really real. You know, it just doesn't tally with what it says on Bricklink at the moment. And sales-wise, I think we're probably on a par with last month, actually. I think it's probably tracking about the same. Instructions, been a few of those, and there's another one in the orders from yesterday. Minifigures done pretty well, and dark blue grey. Streaking ahead now, isn't it? Yeah. So that's where we're all at with all of that. Over on YouTube, the blog video, I did that over on Sunday and just scheduled it for post, so that went up nice and early for a change, and so far it's done pretty well. 167 views, some great comments from the likes of Execute Order 60 Bricks, which is still one of the best names, isn't it? I love that one. And some of the other followers. Squirrel Brick Beard has probably the best avatar you're ever going to see. Look at that. That's awesome, isn't it? I don't know why I'm hiding that, because everyone can see that. It's in the public domain, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, these are all the kind of the comments, and I do try and answer everybody about them. Stephen is a regular commenter. It's always good to hear from him, as is Twinser. So yeah, love hearing the comments and stuff like that. And rolling right down to the bottom, kind of, yeah, shorts is an interesting one. I think if it's not here and now, like that part out one did 2,000 really quickly and then nothing, so it obviously just drops off the timeline and people don't see it again. So I'll have another try at doing some of those this week. Now I've got the big job that I need to do out of the way. So let's have a look at the orders. So these are the 3 orders that came in overnight. This one is instruction manual and a range of parts. They went for the large letter postage, so it's a first opportunity to use one of these bigger envelopes, so that I can spread all those out and keep them flat under the 2 centimeters. And the other 2 orders are interesting. Some Speed Champion windshields and just general parts, a bit of blue grey theme. I'm going to guess that's Lego Space stuff just by the feel of it. And then this one is a whole bunch of 501st minifigs, 12 in all. So that's a good order. But again, they kind of paid for domestic letter, which means it probably needs to go in either one of those big ones or one of these smaller ones to keep it all flat and under the 2 centimeter depth rule, which yeah, it's the first time I've tried to do that with a lot of minifigures, so I'll give that a whirl in a bit. But they're all kind of picked them last night after I finished work, and so I'll get them ready for posting next. And then over here we have the mountain of stuff that the postman brought for me yesterday. Even he looked a little bit like, what the hell are you up to? The top 2 here are items for the store, so replacing those parts that are sold. Someone sent me a little bag of Haribo, which is really nice, and some 1x8 tiles. And then this one is just a mountain of plates and stuff like that, tiles and things like that were in my inventory Bricklink wanted list that I have, and I add things to as I go along. I think, well, I don't have very many of those now, and I think those would go well. And as you can see, I was following that white theory to kind of bolster that on the site. So they're all for the store, as are would be correct grammar. These 2 Ahsokas, which the head piece is still sealed on both of those, so that's fantastic. She's obviously been built at one point. So given that I think Ahsoka debuts today, the 22nd? I think it's today. I keep reading different things on social media that it's going to be Wednesday, or it's going to be today, it's going to be 1 p.m, it's going to be 9 p.m. Anyway, looking forward to that. Big Rebels fan. Just finished watching Rebels for the first time, actually, all the way. Just finished watching that a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, and it was emotional. I'll give you that. So yeah, and then all of these bits are for the clone tank. So these are all parts for that, I'm pretty sure, because they're all odd numbers and they're all used and stuff like that. Not sure about this one. This one might be a bit of a mixed one. And those two battle droids and Hunter, I think, are for the store. I think I had to add those to this order because they had it's Queensland bricks, and they have a minimum value per lot thing. I don't quite understand how it works. So you needed some high value items in there to get the average up for the lots, which meant you needed to add a couple of things. So I chose minifigures that I could resell, which made it quite difficult. And I don't know, maybe that works for them, but I would find that quite frustrating if a lot of people did that. Those are those little printed shield pieces for the club, turbo tank, and then yeah, the rest of that is turbo tank, I think. I'm not sure about that one though. That might be a bit of a mixed bag. I don't recognise them though. So what I'll have to do is look at the inventory list on Bricklink and see what's what. But yeah, so that's a bit of an easy win to get into the store today, and then want to get them listed before Ahsoka starts, obviously. And then get those things off to the post office, and then it's going to be into parting stuff out. And I can't quite remember now, because it was a busy day yesterday, what sets. Okay, bear with me while I try and get the dock to pop up. There we are. Can't quite remember. 4, 3. Oh, it's just doing its update. Give it a minute. Over on eBay, I listed a whole lot of box sets again, things that had been on there recently. Just conscious of having spent a lot on sets this month for parting out. Thought I better actually sell some stuff as well if I possibly can. So I've listed a whole bunch of stuff over there. Let's have a little look at eBay, shall we? Oh, here we are. Active listings, it's over here. Yeah, so TIE Bomber is on there. Someone's bid on that for its starting price, which is good. I put the Hobbit sets back up on there, and they all finished this week, all of this lot. Some brickheads, some battle packs, a whole bunch of stuff that I have in the storage unit that 8097 Slave that was listed and sold twice, but people bailed on the purchase, which has been a frustration. And then there's a few duplicate sets. The Darth Vader castle that I bought with something else that I really wanted. I was just going to sell that and stuff like that. Yeah, so they're all up on eBay under my I don't even know what my username is over on eBay, you know. Oh, Rich Art, RICHART _56. I have no idea why it's 56. It must have just been what was available. So yeah, that's yeah. As I say, I did that mindful of needing perhaps to do some selling. So I've got this Disney set to list, pretty much the minifigures, but there was a fair few parts I didn't have, and there's a lot of these wheels. There's like 48 of those wheels in this. So I've got 3 of those to do, and then the other one is the Art Skull. That one's ready to go as well. So that's a good, that's a good 1700, and the Disney one is 500. So that's another 2,000 to go into as we chase down 75,000 by the end of Friday. So lots to do. No doubt, plenty of interruptions and changes of plan along the way, but I am going to try and get through an awful lot today and tomorrow. I'm just mindful that I'll have some other work to do towards the back of the week, so better get on with it. So I've put all of the Bricklink incoming parts away and into a Brickstore file that I'll upload later today as one lot later on. Just setting up to part out the Disney train thing. It's a +4 set, so the parts are pretty chunky,
But man alive, some of these boxes, it's like, you know, it looks like the wolves have been at it when you try and get it open. I don't know what glue, like, look at all the glue that they use. Like, it is hardcore getting these ones open. Like, literally none of them came open and broke down easily. Tricky. But yeah, here's the all the bits. These little sleeves, much prefer those to this plastic stuff that they shrink wrap that they put on there. They're pretty good, and good for storage as well because they're already packed up, right? Do they tell you what set it is? Yeah, I guess that's the set number reference there, isn't it? So yeah, not that many bags really. A whole big chunk of chassis, and there's going to be heaps of wheels. As I said, it's like 48 of them. And lots of minifigure, there's some accessories and stuff like that. So I'm all set up. All the cups are out. The army of cups. You know how it goes. Don't look under that desk, it's a mess. So I'm going to start parting that out. I did build that over the weekend. So it's ready for me to show you how to do the change up of the base plate so that the minifigure can sit alongside, and this moves a little bit, so that's all ready to do. There's some parts waiting to be put away. So yeah, we're all set to go. I'm going to jump into this one, and then I might go out and have a bit of a walk after that as a change of scene before I do some more this afternoon and into the night. First part out, done and put away. The Disney train thing. The Tinkerbell minifigure has a lovely wing piece. I'll show you. Not something I've seen before, but she has this kind of, like one of those jetpack clips, but nice beautiful wing piece. Yeah, this is the fourth drawer of minifigures, and it's pretty busy already. Some battle droids in there, Ahsoka's, mainly Star Wars though. As we all know, stick to what you know. But yeah, so first part out done, and then shifting on to the art school next. 1,700 pieces and there's 216 different types. So this one's going to be a test of the pots. So it's Wednesday afternoon, and I need to clean my desk. And I had a little order in from Brickowl. So yeah, it's catching on. Few random bits and pieces. Spiderweb, which went in the drawer not too long ago. Some used fire brigade ladders, and then just a little assortment of bits and pieces, a few little bits. So it's domestic letter, and I was thinking that was never going to fit in the depth of the envelope, but it does. So I stand corrected. So I'm going to get that one packed up and get it done. I've done all the parting out of the sets that we were doing. So they're all sitting in a Brick Store file called the 22nd, this one. So we've got 3,000 parts to upload. So I'm going to do that now while you're here, because I'm going to test out whether or not one of the comments on the YouTube video about how to see how many new parts were in your upload. So let's go to that. Can't quite remember what the comment was. I might have to go and check it now whilst this does that. Let's just go and find the comment. No, it's not on that one. Maybe I dreamt it. Don't know. Anyway, back to what we're doing. So here's all the thing. It's all been through and sorted and checked. So yeah, we're adding 3,000 parts. We're just going to upload all of that. Boom. And then it kind of said if you hover over the logo. Right. So it must be 189 lots. Maybe that's what the comment meant, that you could see how many new lots that was adding to the store.
So let's get that notification out for the shopping public and see what total that gives us for a Tuesday. Could be a good one. Oh, close to the weekly target already, and I know we started ahead of the game, but that's good. I'm happy with that. That's got me on a bit of a winning track for the start of the week. Going to get this these parts bagged up and ready to go, and then think about some more parting out. Doing the Brick Store file first, I feel really helps kind of make it not feel so laborious a task, but equally spatial issues in here continue until we get these new drawers, so it's a bit of a balancing act, but onwards and upwards. Catch you in a bit. Good morning, it's Wednesday the 23rd of August, Ahsoka Day, and it was a phenomenal evening. We've got 5 orders in, 4 of which I've picked and got ready already, and one's just come in as I started filming, so still got to sort that one out. So I'll show you the orders in a moment. A few of them are pretty substantial. One of them was 1,000 items, although only 20 lots, and one of them was 121 lots. So they're both the biggest orders by quantity. Can't really see much there, can you? By quantity and value by a country mile. This is one of the orders that I've. Has that one just come in? I think so. Oh no, that's going out. Yeah. So all of that I'll show you in a minute. Over on YouTube 347, the vlog's going quite well. To 190. I'm going to try and do the Boosh helmet modification video today, in amongst other things that I'm trying to do. I did do some parting out last night. If I can find the store, let's go to the store. I did one more little part out last night, which took us over 75,000, but we've obviously sold quite a lot overnight, so it's dipped back down to 74,427. So couple more part outs on the cards today if I get a chance, just to bring that back up. I was going to show you in one of the orders, the guy bought, or the person bought, a whole heap of, it's Bradley, bought a whole load of cheese slopes, like a lot of them, cleared me out in fact, and I've got a discrepancy with the number in my drawer of the black ones by about 8, which is weird. So just going to refund it because he's cleared me out. Screen's a bit wide, isn't it? Cleared me out of pretty much cheese slopes, which is a weird feeling. I'll be honest. It's kind of great from a sales point of view, but then you kind of like, oh, I don't have any in stock now. It's a bit strange, like children leaving home or something. So that's good, but this is without doubt the best feature for me in Brick Freedom. As you go through, it's got this piece here that tells you how many you still have in stock. So as you check through, you've picked it, you can see that there are 0, and you can make a note of that part number and colorway if you wanted to create a restock wanted file in Bricklink, which is what I do. And clearly this purchase is for a stock of stuff for a store, I would say, because he's kind of cleared me out of things like chains, dark pink slopes, tan slopes, and the base plates, and those little tree things that I bought en masse. So cleared out of those already, which I'm quite chuffed with, because it kind of validates my idea to buy them cheap, bring them in, and make a bit of profit on turning them onwards. And then I think those basic bricks there are all out of those Minecraft sets that were parted out a week or two ago. So that's good stuff, moving through the store without having to get into this kind of 10 to 20% below the 6-month sales average kind of stuff, which I think kind of suggests that variety really is the key. All right, so let's have a little look at the orders. So the first one here is an absolute mountain of light grey parts, some cockpits, and some little bits and pieces in dark grey and dark blue grey, I should say, and black, and then some assorted bits and pieces. Some trans little wedges, some printed tiles. This one is got to be space on it, kind of all that blue and a red antenna. Again, last one I had in stock, so that one clears me out of that one. This one is a lot of black slopes and a couple of Kashyyyk minifigures, so that's good. And then this is the one that's kind of wiped me out of so much stuff. As you can see, a whole heap of basic bricks, some plates, and then cheese slopes galore. Kind of, it's very satisfying, isn't it? Kind of in a nice, yeah. So that's awesome. And as I said, one more's come in, so I'll just get that one sorted, and then get these all packed up and off to the post office, and then see what we can do about this modification video, which I might do two ways. I might do like as a little short thing, and then I'll probably do a little bit more of an in-depth one for the channel as a standalone thing, but I'll cover a bit in the vlog as well. But yeah, so there we are. Undoubtedly the best day's business so far in the store, in terms of the biggest orders, the most amounts of lots, and the biggest sales. So that's a great day. So there's the order that came in just as I was talking. Mainly dark blue grey, a little bit of light blue grey kind of stuff, Technic stuff. These parts here, this one, every time I get some of them in, they're gone in a flash. So that's good intel. A couple of other bits, but clearly another kind of Star Warsy build, I would guess. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders all packed. This one was pretty quick, to be fair. Probably only took me like 5-10 minutes to pick it all. That one was probably the slowest, because I had to double check, even though Brick Freedom says it's all of your parts. By counting them, I realised that somehow I had an error in the number in the black cheese wedges, cheese slopes, whatever they're called. But otherwise, pretty good. Get those packed up and get them away. A couple of stamps, and the rest of them are Australia Post parcels, so good stuff. Well, the postman's just been, and the usual kind of bewildered look that I get from him in terms of what is it that you get up to. And 2 things have come, 3 things even. First one is the instructions and the final 2 parts for my 7153 Django Fett's slave. These came from Bricks and Bobs over in the UK, so thank you very much for that order. No cover on the instructions, but that's the way that rolls. And then this order is a whole bunch of kind of stock parts, some heads, a lot of those slopes, black, dark grey and red, and a lot of those brackets, I think they're brackets, and some modified slopes there. And then this one is a whole bunch of white bits and pieces all mixed up. And what I realised is btw.com.au, Bricks to the World, is actually the person that bought all of my cheese slopes and stuff like that order. So we're exchanging orders backwards and forwards, which is kind of funny, eh? So yeah, 2 of those to go in the store, 1 of them for that build, which other than actually having Django Fett now, I have all of that, so I could get that built at some point, which will be good. So yeah, Wednesday afternoon and another order. This is the busiest day ever for orders, and it's the last one of those geisha kimono girls even that I purchased for the Tranquil Garden type idea that I had. So that's gone well. I think I had 2 or 3 of those, and that's the last one of those out the door. So just about to put it in its jiffy bag and then get that one sent out. I've just done the video, or did it a little bit a while ago, for the modification to the helmet for putting a figure on it. Pretty straightforward. It's just one 1x10 and a 1x4 tile. You could put another 2x a 1x2 tile in there to smooth that out as well. But other than that, it's such a straightforward little adjustment for the mock. I mean, you could put a 1x12 and have them sitting out a little bit as well if you wanted it to be a bit more, you know, standy out so that the figure was out away. But that's just based on a 1x10. But yeah, I think it's actually pretty decent, eh? Kind of certainly adds something to them, I think, and kind of encouraged me to build them. I've bought them and I've never really built them, so I quite like it with the figure. I think it adds something to the actual display, a bit more character, I guess, kind of the reference material and what we all love about kind of Star Wars, really, isn't it? The minifigures and stuff like that. But I have to say, I never really thought about Leia's little staff that she's got there. It's actually quite rubbish, isn't it? You would have thought they'd have had something a bit better back in the day, but no. Anyway, there it is. I'm just about to make that video and put it up online, so I'm going to get on with that. Thursday morning, and three orders in overnight, so continuing a great day. All of them, oh no, 2 of them from Bricklink, 1 from Brickowl. My modification video has bombed, I would say. The short has done way better than the actual video, so interesting. Maybe just timing, but hope you've enjoyed that one. Not much else to report on the old digital front. First one's all light blue grey parts, 1x4s and inverted slope pillars, whatever it is, and some of those panels. And then the next 2 are both minifigs, so a Kashyyyk and a Mandalorian, and that one's express postage, as is this one as well, which is I think they're the clone troopers from that fighter tank, aren't they? I think they're that. I've got a couple more of those to part out as well, which is good. So yeah, those 3 to go off, along with, oh, can't show you that either, jeez. I'll just cut, if it cut funny, it's because I cut out one of the buyer's addresses. Yeah, so those 3 to go off, and then I did an awful lot of parting out prep last night on Brick Store, and I went through a heap of sets, including those Harry Potter banner sets, which are all quite similar in terms of their parts, but their part out value is quite significantly different. So most of them sit around that kind of 220, 225 kind of mark. Well, 3 of them do. But the one with the Harry Potter in it, which is 76409, the part out, oh no, it's not that one, hang on. Is it 10? No, maybe I dreamt it. I must have dreamt it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, they're all about the same. Take it back. I thought one of them was more valuable. But it does have that Quidditch. It's a nice little piece, isn't it? There's a couple of those in there. And they're nearly $2 each. And the Angelina Johnson, who I have no idea who she is, because I've seen all the films, but I'm not that up on the peripheral characters. Her current inventory average is $11, which is phenomenal, isn't it, for a figure that's not necessarily kind of a spring to mind one. So yeah, I've been through and done a whole heap of part outs, some city sets, some Ninjago. We've got that Sith infiltrator to do, and a Minecraft set as well that I parted out. So lots to get through. Going to really have a crack at it today. There was a missed delivery from what used to be Toll, but now they're Team Global Express, trying to clean up their act because they are the worst delivery company known to man, and why Lego uses them is beyond me. But that's that Black Panther bust and the gifts purchased that are coming with that. So was delivered when I went to the post. It was attempted to be delivered when I went to the post office yesterday, typically, and then it says it should be online by 7 p.m. last night, but still says it's out for delivery again. It's always been rubbish, their service. No idea why they use them, but it is actually owned by DHL, so there's no excuse for it. Okay, onwards. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is the rumour mill is a wash that the September 1st sets might hit the stores early. So I'm keeping an eye on social media. Nothing's turned up this morning. It's only Thursday. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a little bit of a shufty down to the mall to have a look at the Lego store and Big W, just to see if one of them cracks first and puts out either the Ghost or the gunship, Republic gunship. That's the one, or the T6 shuttle. Having watched the 2 Ahsoka programs last night, they were absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Can't wait for the rest of that to come along. But yeah, those sets kind of, well, at least the T6 shuttle has a little bit more meaning, even though the underside of it is not as good, and it's way too small from what I can tell. But we shall see when we get it in hand. Anyway, more of that as it happens. So I kicked off with the biggest of the sets to part out, the Sith Interceptor, and moved a couple of things out of the office to make room for it, and put the plastic bags in the bin as I went, and that felt a lot less stressful. So as you can see, a whole heap of black stuff. I still need to fix those. Not so many odd coloured bits and pieces. A little pile of minifigures. Frustratingly, both sticker sheets are a bit crumpled from the box. They used to put them in the first sleeve of the instruction manual, and they've stopped doing that, and as a result, 9 times out of 10 they come out either bent or something like that, which I think they should really do something about. Whether they put it in like a little card envelope or something to protect it would be much better, given the value of some of these sets. And then through the dark grey stuff, fair bit of that, but not as much as the black, and a little bit more black over here, and then light grey, very little light blue grey in the whole set, which is quite surprising, because Star Wars is usually that, isn't it? But I guess a Sith set would be predominantly black, and I've been using that bag under there to put all of the plastic in as I go, because that felt a lot more orderly, and definitely doing these brick store files in advance makes a hell of a difference. So it is 20 past 11 and I'm going to start putting this away, so let's see how long this takes. It took me about an hour and 10 minutes to put all of that away. A couple of rejigs on the drawers required, and I've ended up with all of that that's going to need to go into the overflow. Oh, that way. Zoom out. Oh, it won't zoom out. Why is that? Never mind. Yeah, so all of that is going to go into overflow. Some of it's already in overflow, but there's quite a few new bits going into the overflow until these new drawers arrive, and a few drawers along the way that need a bit of a sort out. In the midst of that, postman came with his usual perplexed look with a little order that I made from 217 Brick Sacks shop. I don't know why I ordered that, but anyway, a couple of battle droids, some slopes, some antennas, some 1x bricks, and some of them just bits and pieces that have gone out of the store that I wanted to get back in stock. And then my next part out is going to be this Ninjago set, a few more dragon bits, a bit of gold stuff. Again, I've already done all of the brick store file for that, just 2 copies of this one. Don't think I've actually sold any Ninjago stuff since I've put any on the store so far, so kind of what I've got's probably it, unless it shows any sign of moving. It tends to be the Star Wars stuff or odd colours that go, and then it's into this little pile in here. So I've done the brick store file for these city sets and that Minecraft set, so those 4 sets still to go, and I've done the Harry Potter banner sets, and there's 2 copies of all 4 of those, so that's 8 to do there as well. So
heaps to do. Not going to get it all done today because the pace I go, it's not going to be that quick, but hopefully get a couple more done at least today, because these are not quite so big, shouldn't take so long. But it is Friday morning, early doors. It's just gone 9 o'clock. I've been in the city for a breakfast conference meeting, and while I was here I thought I'd better check out what was going on in places like Maya and David Jones. So a bit of escalator action for you first thing. So starting with Maya, who's got 10% off Technic, Creator, Expert, Icons, Ideas, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, and any clearance they've got. They've got the Boutique Hotel and the Jazz Club. Got some Black Panther, but we know we've got some of those on the way. They've got a massive Darth Vader here. That's new. He wasn't here last time I was here. And they've got they've got some Friends as well. They're pretty cute. Not in that way, but you know what I mean. They've got some architecture here. 15% off of architecture. They've got a lot of Lego in here. All the new Dreams stuff, which people are quite keen on, but not really that bothered about. Not a great deal of Ninjago. Not a great deal of that, to be honest. Indiana Jones, 10% off him. The big one's all gone, but still the fighter tanks and whatnot. We've got that. What's through here? More Marvel, Harry Potter. There's those book things. How much are they? $42.99 and a part out value of about 110. So yeah, it's 2 times and a bit, isn't it? Not massive. There's one random indoor speeder chase hanging around there. I don't know what he's doing there. The mural. There it is. City, Friends, Jurassic Park, some Star Wars plopped on the end. One mech, couple of helmets. The Razor Crest. Now, some more Star Wars here. Oh yeah, 15% off. That's the same as it was in the other Maya, isn't it? And a whole load of Minecraft over there as well. And I think this is the clearance section. Although not everything is clearanced. But not looking like there's anything particularly amazing in here. That Marvel one doesn't say what the clearance deal on that is. Yeah, a lot of Mario Brothers. Yeah, never understood that. I wonder if Sonic will go the same way as that. I suspect it will. Other than the minifigures being quite collectible. Some more clearance. I've got those 2 buildable figures for $135 there. I like them, but I wouldn't have them on display, given I've got the Bad Batch ones still to recover. Yeah, that's about it really. Not a great deal of good stuff. Definitely nothing new and serious. Speed Champions, plenty of that. And the adults stuff over here, so bonsais, some florals, Boutique Hotel, Jazz Club. Yeah, that Boutique Hotel and Jazz Club are still kind of around everywhere, aren't they? I'm surprised with that. Those modulars usually go quicker. I know I've seen online people buying the police station, but I haven't seen many people talking about those two. I've got the Jazz Club one in the storage unit, but the box got absolutely munted when I moved. I was thinking about buying a better boxed version and then selling the one that's been smashed up or parting it out. I might have a look at that, given that I've got a heap of VIP points which I could convert. Yeah, so yeah, they've got heaps of Lego here in this Maya. It's a big Lego store, Lego concession, but nothing amazing worth picking up. So I might go and check out David Jones and
See if they can rival Big Darth Vader. He's good, isn't he? I like him. He's a winner. Second elevator of the day, David Jones. Wasn't even open. It's that early in the morning. The shop wasn't even open. What can I tell you? The dedication to bargain hunting never ceases to amaze me. Anyway, let's see if they've got anything better than Maya. So, seemingly no deals. A lot of Creator. Heap of Marvel. The adult stuff. They've got the Tranquil. They got the. I haven't seen that many places. The Venomized Groot. I think I read they've been sent out without instructions in them. But Jesus, that Black Panther box is huge. And I've got 2 of them coming. That is massive. That's like a UCS size box. It's gigantic. Wasn't expecting that. Got the big tumbler, but that box is absolutely ruined by those security tags. Oh, I mean, who's managing to get that out the door? Right, the size of it. Again, look at that. Absolutely destroyed by that security tag. They got the purple Lightyear set, whole heap of Disney, whole heap of Friends. Got some big city sets. They got some smaller ones as well. They've got this new stuff. This is another one I don't get. Gabby's Doll's House. Is this like Baby Friends now? Now that Friends has gone all diverse and stuff like that, they're trying to move that into an older market, and Gabby's Doll's House replaces that, presumably, with the younger market. That 4+ market, yeah, that must be what it is. Kind of under 6, kind of intro to Friends type thing. Bit of Ninjago over there, big sets here. But no deals, which is a bit disappointing. Bit of Harry Potter, Guardians of the Galaxy, Advent Calendar. Jesus, that's how early, isn't it? Yeah, that is how early. I think that's a September release. And yeah, I think that's an early release. I don't know though for sure, but I've only just recently watched that with the kids. Harry Potter, everyone knows all about that, don't they? And the Star Wars selection is mixed up with Batman. Very confusing. Battle packs, plenty of Razor Crests out on the street, isn't there? And heaps of those 4+ Jedi Temple things. Nobody wants them, do they? And then back here, more city, and then Dreams and Avatar. Never mind. So back from the city, 2 orders in overnight, and what I didn't update you on last night was a big upload of parted out sets, which took us way over the 75,000 goal for the week, which is fantastic. The sets I talked about, pretty much excluding the Harry Potter ones, didn't get to those, but I might make a start on those this morning once the orders are in the envelopes, and I'll show you those in a minute. So yeah, sitting up at almost 78 already, and done those Brick Store files ready to go, so that's good. Not a lot happened over on YouTube, kind of a couple of new subscribers, slow going on the videos. I wonder if these longer videos are a bit much for people. Maybe try a little bit shorter for the following week, or this week's that I'm yet to do. The shorts kind of tick along, although that one that kind of went to 2,000 never went beyond that, which is a bit strange, but what can you do really? It's just the way it is, isn't it? And then kind of where we're tracking in terms of the pursuit of the 1,000 and the turbo tank giveaway. Come on, we all want to get there, so just watch more videos. Is again, it's kind of ticking along parallel, so 350 along the 1,000 target, and the amount of hours seems pretty comparable really in terms of where it is
tracking along the timeline. So if you want to spend a bit more time watching videos, just put them on mute and walk away. It's just public watching hours. It'll do the algorithm no harm. And 2,500 public short views, which, given that one of them is at 2,000 at least, kind of, I'm not sure how stable those statistics are. Yeah, so not much really to say about that, really. Let's have a look at the orders. So 2 in. One of them is, well, both of them, heavily black parts. So I wonder what that'll do to the Brick Store part graph. The Brick Freedom part graph even. So this one's just assorted bits and pieces. Both of these are domestic letter again, so just going back to validate this one. This one's the first one that I've actually had used parts as part of, and I do have these big pink stickers that illustrate that they are used as opposed to new. So heavily black and a little bit of a mix of other things in there. Don't know, I was thinking Batman to start with, but maybe it is Star Wars on the Sith side. And I only say that because I parted out that Sith Interceptor yesterday. You never know, do you? So I'm going to get those two packed up. Still have to clean that desk for those of you that's bugging the hell out of as much as it is me. Let's have a look what it's doing to our pie chart. Let's have a look. Where's the reports? There it is. So August's pie chart, light blue grey is still winning with black and dark blue grey hotly contesting that. But this week's pie chart, so Brickowl's almost half the orders this week so far, which, given that a week or so ago we weren't even doing Brickowl, just shows you, right? It's making up 50% almost of the almost 50% of the orders, which is great. Oh no, light blue grey's winning on the week as well, but black closely behind, and white's just dropped off. Where's it gone? Yeah, so according to the statistics for this week, given that we're not, well, it is Friday, sales are down, but it always says that until you get to the end of the week. The total items sold are up 300%, which is pretty impressive. The total sales income, even though sales are 25% down, sales income is up 22%, so you can't grumble at that. Total shipping is down, simply reflecting more people choosing domestic, and the average sale value is up. So I think the main indicators there are good. The other stuff, take it or leave it really. August as a whole seems to be tracking well. I know we'll do like a roundup at the end of the month, but we can't really trust those percentages because July's numbers are whacked compared to what they should be. And given that we've only had a week of Brickowl, that percentage split isn't really reflective of what it is the last week really is, where it's been almost 50%. So yeah, pretty good. So I'm going to do some more parting out of those Harry Potter sets. There are some deliveries due to arrive according to the Ozpost app today, and we'll see where we get with things by the kind of the middle of the afternoon, and I'll report back on anything that's particularly interesting. It is middle of the afternoon on Friday, and I'm just about to wrap things up for the day really. Finished doing the part outs of those 4x2 Harry Potter banner sets, so they're all combined into one file along with some other bits and pieces that I had to upload. So we're going to be adding another almost 3,000 parts, 393 lots to the store, which is a great kind of pickup of stuff this week. It's definitely been definitely been a week of oh, hang on, I just need to check something. It's definitely been a big week of getting things up there. Just changing the price of the battle. A lot of B1 battle droids getting uploaded. Yeah, it's been a big week of parting out, kind of 2 solid days of it. Well, 1.5 days really, adding maybe 7,000 lots this week getting added in. So it's a big old It's a big old inventory boost. Like I said, I did a big upload last night, which is kind of not delivered any sales, but it's a good effort. So yeah, 2,951 items getting added into the store. It's a big order. Happy with that. Let's see where that takes us to end the week in terms of part count for the store. Over 80,000. So that was the target for the end of the month. So we're a week ahead, which is fantastic. Very pleased with that. In fact, we're beyond the 80,000, which is great news. And a bit of Harry Potter gone into the site for the first time, which cannot be a bad thing. YouTube, nothing's really changed over there. Not much else really to report. An awful lot of drawer capacity reached. Just highlights the current state that we're in until these new drawers arrive. Desperately need those now before we get into any more bother with space and stuff like that. It's been a good week in terms of getting those uploads and things done. And what will be next week? I don't know. Maybe the new Star Wars sets will make an appearance early. Maybe they won't. But we'll continue trying to get some new stuff added to the store. Got some more Star Wars sets to do that I got from the Big W, and obviously redelivery of that Black Panther set as well. But I think any more big part outs are going to have to wait until these drawers arrive. Otherwise, we just don't have the capacity to cope with it. So yeah, that's it for the week. Hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. If you have, please give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with everything. And thanks for watching. See you soon.